So here's the thing. I was gonna mention the thing about bed, but I forgot. So I'm telling you now that for max build height in Prot 4 Netherite, you'll still die, okay? But from a smaller height, you might actually survive. Sorry, I forgot to test this.
What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to my channel. Today we're doing something a bit different, inspired by Dream's recent Minecraft Manhunt 3v1 final rematch. And of course it's the Dream MLG, which inspired me to make this video, which was super cool. So what we're gonna do is 17 MLGs in Minecraft. You heard me right, 17. With Minecraft 1.16, I think there's probably 11 that I think you could consider actual MLGs. We'll go through them one by one, but the 11th being the addition of the Twisted Vines, which is really cool. So we're gonna check all of those out. Some of these you may disagree with me if this is an MLG, and then some of these are what I even call debatable MLGs, and you'll see those later. But let's start out with the first one, Slime Block. And I will tell you, I've done Slime Block, and I've done Water Bucket and Coarse Fruit first try, like no joke, but we'll see how they go this time. I will tell you how many times I fail in doing this, so it'll be awesome. Let's get straight into it. Alright, we're in survival and going for the first drop, and by the way, these are going to be for the other MLGs. They just help me orient myself to see which part I want to drop down into, but let's try the Slime Block. So you go all the way down, you pick a good spot, and you die. I'm going to try it again and again, ladies and gentlemen, but you have to click just before you reach the ground. I clicked too early there, but that's okay. We'll get it. Yep, that's it. That's it. That is it, ladies and gentlemen, and that's how you do an MLG. And by the way, that's build height. That's 256 blocks. And that's the first MLG. The second MLG here is going to be a cobweb. Very, very similar concept. Let's go for it. First try. That was first try. I'm so proud of that. That's awesome, you guys. Oh my word. Alright guys, and by the way, I am wearing full protection 4 netherite armor, and that gets down to some of the other ones like hay bales. Let's go. Alright, so I placed a vine, and I made it second try, and that was above the original one. You saw that here first. That was first try. That's really cool though. Alright guys, we're moving on to Twisted Vines, and for the first part, the thing is, if you land right here, you will die if you land somewhere in the middle, and you also have to land directly on it so you can go like this and slide all the way down. So that's how Twisted Vine MLGs work. It's more like for another MLG, but we're gonna try it out. And there we go. Apparently it was 3 vines that allowed this to work. I did it once here and it made this vine, and these two just grew up, you guys. That could have been about, it was that many times, maybe. Yeah, it was about that many times. That's a lot of times. So this one does work, so it could be 3, and I know that if you're just landing on here, it will work. For example, if I'm just going to go up, and I'm going to make sure I'm directly in the center, and I'll do it over a 2-1 as well. I'm not going to take damage. I'm just going to slide right down. But anyways, that's a really cool MLG. Let's move on to the next one. The next MLG is a ladder, so it's going to be the same as the vines. And let's see how this goes. Alright guys, so ladder is proving pretty difficult, so we're going to raise this by another 10 blocks. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and just see if that improves the situation, because this one's pretty hard to make. Oh, and I made it. I don't know if I got down on that one, but it is very possible to make this one. I'm just going to count that because this took a long time to do. It's possible. It's really possible. So there we go. There's an MLG for you. And then we're going to go after it. Okay, we did a water MLG there. Let's try this one more time. Let the minecart go a little bit. And then we are going to join it on its descent, and we are going to land on rails. So if this works, we can continue to have it in our list, but if it doesn't, it works. So if you land on rails, ladies and gentlemen, you take no damage as the minecart is coming down. Oh, that is awesome. Yep, that's it. And we did it legitimately because we're on top of the horse. I don't know what that other one was, honestly, but Horse MLG, let's go, baby. Also, thanks for the inspiration. That's pretty cool. Alright, now we got a couple pigs in saddles. Let's try to do this MLG. Yes! I got into one of the pigs. I'm gonna count that as something. That took forever. It might have been in the fence, but this one is definitely possible. So there we go. I did it once and I died a lot of times. So I'm just gonna count it, guys, because I know it's possible. But there you go. Alright, so there's actually 2 different ways to do the boat MLG, maybe 3 if you count how you push it off, or if you're already in it and you just go off of the edge of somewhere. But for my version, I'm just gonna push the boat off the edge. Alright guys, so we push the boat off the edge is the first step, which we're gonna do now. And once we push it off, we're gonna, oh, that's one MLG. I was gonna do it a different way, but that's the first way that you can do it, is when it's on the ground, just like the minecart, you can get inside of it. I did that first try, you guys saw that, so I'm gonna count that as 1. Now let's go do the other MLG. The only other way to physically do this is if you just get in the boat and you crawl off, and it's so great, because you can just do this. So amazing. You just land on the ground and then you can crawl around in your boat. I don't understand why this is a function of Minecraft, but it's pretty cool, you guys. So that's another MLG. So far we've done 11 of these MLGs, but now we get to see Water Bucket. I already did it once on camera when I was trying to do a different one, but I'm just going to do it again, because why not? I did Water Bucket MLG from max height. It was so glitchy right there. It may be really glitchy on camera too, but I'll show both times for you guys, just so you know. And there's our twisted vines. That's amazing. Alright, now we move on to our debatable MLGs. And that's because these things may or may not be considered an MLG play. For example, ender pearls right here. If I'm about to go down, and I do that, I didn't actually take any damage, probably because I have netherite gear on. But that is one way to get down, and I consider that an MLG, because ender pearls, come on, they're hype. That's an MLG to me. And it's not just that I consider an MLG, and that's why I put 1, 2/14, 3/15, 4/16, and 5/17. That's why I put those, is because they're the first 5 of the debatable MLGs. This is another one. This is the hay bale. In full protection 4 netherite gear, you will survive from max build height if you have a hay bale. See, I did that first try on camera, and I got down to 2 hearts. So if you did that in really good diamond gear from even just 100 blocks, you would probably survive, which means it's a good bet that I would consider that a really good MLG. Really good. I respect all of you guys' opinions, so let me know what you think in the comments. And let's move on to the third MLG. I did this one first try off camera. I wasn't recording, but I really wish I was, because this one is, let me tell you, really hard to do. But let's go for it. Go all the way down. Boom! Did you guys see what happened there? I was eating the coarse fruit, I came all the way down, and as the coarse fruit teleported me to the ground, water bucket, just like that. And that, my friends, is one of the coolest MLGs, and this was first time on camera, which is awesome. That was really awesome, you guys. I love it. Guys, I've tried it a lot. I can't get it to work. You guys can see if you can get it to work, but I think it might be possible, but I'm discarding it from this list of 17. Alright guys, so now we're going to move on to the last MLG, which is actually 16 now, which is just chorus fruit. I don't know if I'm going to include it, but earlier I did this thing where you jump off and you eat the chorus fruit right as you jump off. So I took 6 hearts of damage from full height, but I ate it real quick so that the momentum I had was real small. And so I consider that an MLG, because then you get all the way down to the ground, as I am, and you don't take damage. Alright guys, so here is the last MLG. Are you ready for me to open it? I think you might be. Weeping Vines. That is correct. I think it might be physically possible to do an MLG with Weeping Vines. Hear me out on this, because let's say you build up a platform, right? You have a couple blocks out here like this, and you're in the nether. It might be physically possible, if there's already a couple vines growing, to come right before you touch the ground and maybe do this, because if you're right here, if you place it in that instant, you will be inside the vine. So it could stop your fall a little bit. I tried to recreate this one thousands of times. I could not do it. I could not do it. Not even from like a couple blocks. Not even just saying, okay, I'm gonna have 1, 2. All right, let me do it. You know, I could not do it. It's impossible. That is the last MLG, and I'm going to count that as part of the 17. I think it's possible. I think it's physically possible to MLG with Weeping Vines. Let me know what you guys think. And this is a new video, so make sure to like and subscribe if you really like this kind of a video. This is way new, but I thought it'd be very interesting because of Dream's new MLG video. That's going to wrap it up. I'll see you guys next time, and peace.